and welcome to this week's Why series. Now, this week we have got a nutritionist who is based in England who's answering the question, why are diet drinks bad for us? Now, she's got some pretty detailed answers to that question, so please do keep watching. We recorded this via Skype, and man, it cost me lots of time trying to figure out how to get it off my computer and onto an editing suite. But anyway, here I have it, so I'll let Claire start by introducing herself, who she is and what she does.
Okay, so my name is Claire Doherty, and I'm a nutritionist. I'm also a chartered physiotherapist, and I've got a master's in health ergonomics. So yeah, quite varied skill set, but it all sort of merges together in my work.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of dietary advice for people. Yeah, a lot of nutrition advice.
Okay, what sort of clients do you work with mostly?
Do you know, I've got a really wide range of clients, all sorts of people really. So a few sports people, a lot of women, but I have got a few male clients actually, and people with all sorts of issues. So anything from digestive issues to sort of diabetes, people that want to lose weight. Not very many people that want to put weight on, but yeah, occasionally somebody wants to put weight on. Yeah.
All right. And what led you into that line of work?
So, well, as a physio, I kept seeing a lot of people that had chronic illnesses like fibromyalgia and ME, and also things like chronic back pain, and they were just being sort of pushed around from pillar to post and not managed very well. And I began to sort of identify that they had various sort of deficiencies in their diet. So, for example, plantar fasciitis is quite commonly connected to low vitamin D, and some chronic back pains can be as well. And it sort of frustrated me a little bit that people were sort of in this care system, but nobody was really sort of addressing their underlying problems. Yeah. And so that pushed me into it. And then I became unwell as well myself and couldn't get anywhere with normal sort of medical routes, and began researching my health. And that's what made me train in nutrition. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you for that. So the question we're asking today is, why are diet drinks bad for you?
Okay, so there's two aspects. The first one is that because the sweeteners in diet drinks are synthetic, your body doesn't always realise that it's not sugar. So you drink it and your body sort of recognises it as sugar, and so you still get an insulin response. Your body still releases insulin to try and sort of take that sugar away. And what that does invariably, because your body's releasing insulin and then you haven't actually got any sugar for it to take away, it then causes a stress effect on your body. So your body then releases stored energy to try and counteract the insulin. And so you get this unbalance in blood sugar. And that leads to weight gain. So actually, it's quite a lot of studies now showing that diet drinks don't actually help you lose weight, and in some instances they can contribute to weight gain.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is that it can actually affect your gut bacteria. So some of the sweeteners can reduce a certain enzyme in your gut, which is really important for immunity, basically for a healthy gut environment. And gut bacteria also affects and influences weight, and whether you'll be more prone to put weight on or more prone to lose weight. In the Western world, because of our diets, we tend to err towards a type of bacteria which sort of promotes us to put weight on, because bacteria digest and use food in different ways, and some of them are really efficient of getting every single sort of calorie out of food. And if we've got a lot of those type of gut bacteria, then we will struggle to lose weight. So that's the second reason. And then there's also the reason as well is that you know, they're synthetic and they're artificial, and anything artificial your body can't break down as well as something natural. So, you know, do you really want to be putting that into your body? I would be asking someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you know about stevia? Because that's the latest craze
Well, all the research is fairly promising, although I can't stand the taste of it myself. It's not. Have you tried it?
No.
Have you? No. So it's really, really, really sweet. Sort of. You probably would use about a sixth to an eighth as much as real sugar. It's really sweet.
Right.
And then it's got a really strange aftertaste. It's really bitter. So you taste it and go, oh, that's really sweet. It's got this awful aftertaste. Yeah, it's not nice. I think it's quite an acquired taste. I would say that about 8 out of 10 people don't like it. But you know, it's natural. It's from a plant. So and it's sugar free. So yeah, it's so far the research is saying that it hasn't got any detrimental health effects and that it's good for you. So in that case, yeah, why not use it?
Right. So for somebody who's got a sweet tooth, that might be a good alternative.
Yeah, that could be a good alternative. Or you can get a sweetener, which is a fruit alcohol, which is called xylitol, which comes from birch trees, and that's another good alternative as well.
Oh, right. I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, so that's got no sugar in it. It's really low in carbohydrates, so it's low glycemic load, and it's the stuff that you can get in some sugar-free chewing gums. A lot of dentists will promote using it because it's been shown to actually help to prevent tooth decay. Right. So it's got some benefits to it as well as you know, being sugar-free. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got one last question for you. This one is really because diet and nutrition is such a minefield. What do you think that someone should look for in a dietitian or a nutritionist if they're looking to lose weight and looking to get someone to help them, and they have no idea where to start? What should they look for?
Okay. I think it's important to go to someone that's got a qualification. There's an awful lot of people that aren't actually qualified. So I don't know what it's like over in New Zealand, but in this country, anybody can call themselves a nutritionist. It's not a protected title.
No, it's a bit the same here. You can be registered, but you don't have to be. A bit like personal trainers.
Yeah. And so I would say just, you know, don't be afraid to ask somebody where they trained and to see their certificates and things like that.
Yeah.
How much experience they've got and who they've worked with. And I think you've got to sort of gel with somebody's ethos and get on with somebody. So I think that's really important if you're working with someone, that somebody's going to support you and you're going to feel comfortable talking to them. So that for me would be a big thing. And I think that if you don't gel with somebody and you don't think that you're going to get on with them, then you're going to find it really hard to work with them. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add, or anything you wanted to say in particular to that sheet I sent to you?
So I did just notice that there was margarine on there, that the person had been margarine was one of the foods that they could eat, and so margarine is something that I don't recommend, just because again it's really highly processed. So margarine is essentially an oil that has been processed to make it solid so that it can spread at room temperature. But in doing so, it changes the chemical structure of the fat in order to make it from liquid to a solid, which basically means that the fat isn't really very good for us. You know, margarine and butter have got the same calories unless a margarine is low fat, and in which case you really want to steer away from it because they're even more highly processed. So
you can't get you know, those buttery spreads that are sort of claim to be halfway between. You can't get them here, and I quite like that.
I would like that as well. I don't like those little butter all the way. Yeah.
Absolutely agree with you there. Great.
I think that's back.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything else on that sheet that I thought was abnormal, really. So.
All right. Thank you for being with us this week. And next week, our why is, why do we lose muscle as we grow older? Thank you, Jill, for that question. And we'll be back again next week.